lovely Leo. Welcome to July. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Leo for July. And while I shuffle here, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky this month. We've got a powerful new moon on July 12th in Cancer, which is your 12th house, Leo. So the 12th house is the house of spirituality and of the hidden self and of dreams. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And then on July 27th, we have a full moon in your 7th house of partnerships. It's a full moon in Aquarius. So there's a big spotlight being shown in your 7th house in the sector of your relationships, Leo. And it's also a total lunar eclipse. It's going to be the longest one in about 100 years. So it's going to be an hour and 23 minutes. It's also called the blood moon. And lunar eclipses bring up things that have to do with our emotions, things that are settled in our unconscious. So it's also a time for release. And because it's in your 7th house of partnerships, Leo, it could be a time to release old, outdated themes, especially as they're related to your emotions and especially as they relate to partnerships. So the new moon in your 12th house in Cancer, it's an interesting one. It's pretty deep, and it being your 12th house, that's the house of mysticism, it's the house of the divine, it's the house of dreams. It's potentially a very powerful time to set an intention for a dream that has been sitting in your unconscious for a while. This new moon happens to be aspecting Pluto, which is the planet of the underworld, and it can bring up some power dynamics, some power struggles. Pluto has regenerative energy to it. So the image that I usually use for Pluto is that of a volcano. It's sort of like taking, Pluto's known as the god of the underworld, you know, Hades, or, you know, the person who is ruling the shadow world. And it's sort of like taking deep core beliefs and bringing them up to the surface. They sort of burn everything in their path, and they can be very destructive. Hence, Pluto can bring up a lot of power issues, struggles, competition, things that control you. But it's also for release. And when magma comes up from the earth, like we're seeing in Hawaii right now, it creates new fertile land. So it's sort of like destruction, but it's also like creation. It destroys the old and it makes room to create the new. So with that in your 12th house, some of you may be going through a profound spiritual enlightenment or revelation. For some of you, it may be, again, initiating something regarding your dreams that has been stagnant, or beginning something, you know, it could be a new secret wish, because the 12th house is the house of the secret self. So with new moons being times for beginning things, it could be a good time to set an intention for something that you want to begin regarding your dreams and watch it develop and grow over the next 6 months until we get that full moon in Cancer, and you may see some nice results from that. But one other thing I'll say about this new moon, it's a partial solar eclipse, so it's got some intense energy in terms of bringing up things that may be shrouded from our consciousness, things that are in shadow for us, also 12th house energy. It may be a good time to see where your blind spots are. But there's, even though it's got this tense aspect in opposition to Pluto, which is also in retrograde, and we can see a lot of rebellion happening around this time. We can see a lot of struggles, again, competitions for power or ego domination. There's also a grand trine in the sky on the same day in Earth. So another opportunity is, instead of getting involved in all the dynamics that are going on, you can remain grounded. And there's a lot of energy that is supporting that. The Sabian symbol for the degree that the new moon in Cancer is at on July 12th is a prima donna singing. So it could be potentially like someone's wanting to be up on stage and command all the attention and presence. And that's one way that, you know, new moon opposite Pluto in retrograde can act. It can be really like, look at me, look at me. Or the focus can be on just being grounded. You know, we've got Uranus in Taurus, we've got Saturn in Capricorn, and we've got Venus in Virgo. So really nice trine of grounded energy. You could just be like the audience member that's sitting in the audience and watching all the drama on stage. So that's one possibility. And then for that blood moon on July 27th, again in your house of partnerships, the spotlight is there. Real focus on partnerships for you, and also a really good time to release any outdated themes, emotions related to partnerships. Maybe old stories that have lingered for a while that are ready to get cleared out, because the total lunar eclipse will bring old emotions to the surface for clearing. It's a great opportunity to do that deep work, Leo. So without any further ado, let's do this card reading for Leo. And I also have two things to mention at the end of the video. Stick around for that, because I have some 3-card readings, a promo that I'm doing for the beginning of July, and I also am going to be starting a Kickstarter campaign for my old Hollywood tarot deck. So I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. But let's see what's coming up for Leo for July. We open with Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles. So this is slow moving energy. You could potentially be dealing with a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and they like to be very sure-footed. They move slowly. Or Knight of Coins energy is slow-moving energy because he likes to be very practical, very sure-footed, very certain of his course. He likes to be, you know where he's stepping and be certain of it. Instead of fast-moving energy that can be very uncertain, he likes to be certain. So there's something that's moving slowly, but it's very slowly but surely. And it's also connected with this Ace of Coins, perhaps a new beginning, a new gift. This can be a new relationship, new lifestyle, new job offer, money. It looks like it's related to love, Leo. You may have a new love blossoming here in July. I'll go through each of the cards in order, though. So the earth energy that you're opening up with, it looks like you may have some hesitancy, which is unlike you, Leo, to stand up for what you believe in. This is 7 of Wands, which is success despite adversity. In the reverse, it can mean doubting yourself or not being very self-assertive. So with this in this reverse position, what is it, Leo, that you are either not fighting for or you're not believing in yourself? Is there some lack of confidence that's showing up for you, either regarding an earth sign person or potentially regarding something that you're needing to let go of? This is kind of conflicting energy, but it's interesting because this means not standing up for yourself and not letting go of something that needs to be let go of. Death means transformation, and it means cutting cords of things from the past that are old, dead, and gone, and planting seeds for new life. This 7 of Wands means being assertive, being confident, standing up for what you believe in, defending a cause. But with both of these in reverse, it's telling me there is some fear, doubt, or resistance to either standing up for yourself or letting something go. It could be a lack of defensive boundaries in some way or another, in which you're letting things slide that you wouldn't normally slide. Are you letting things slide with an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? Because it may be creating a burden for you. This is 10 of Wands. And this is carrying a heavy load. Feeling like you're carrying more than your fair share. And usually when I see this card, I always ask, can you put down anything that's not necessary? Can you lighten your load a little bit, Leo, with something? And when I'm seeing this, if you allow this thing that you need to cut out to be gone with the Death card, it will lighten your load. It will make things easy. It will turn things around. In the upright position, this is saying, if you release whatever fear, doubt, or resistance you're having, this is saying that you will stand up for yourself. You will cut out something that's not serving you or that's dead and gone, and you will release the excess burden that you're carrying. So that's just something to think about at the beginning of July, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign person. See if you can confront any fear, doubt, or resistance that you may have towards standing up for yourself and letting something go. It will lighten your load. It will release your resistance. And then you'll be prepared to, excuse me, to receive this new thing that wants to come to you. You've got Ace of Coins and Ace of Cups. So a new lifestyle, a new gift. I'm seeing it as related to love. You may be fearful to start a new love somehow, Leo, with Ace of Cups in reverse. There's fear, doubt, or resistance to receiving this new cup of love. Is it related to old things, old themes that you may need to cut out before you can really receive this new thing that the universe is handing to you? I see love and work as central to July for you. You're putting a lot of effort into a relationship or the budding of a relationship, or maybe to seeking out a new partner or spending time with a new partner, and you're feeling pretty carefree about it. You're feeling like this is a grand new adventure. You know, 0 is the all things are possible card. It's the Fool card, and it means being carefree, being light, being sort of open to what the universe is bringing you. Fool he doesn't take things too seriously. He can laugh, and therefore all things the world rolls at his feet. So I see you, being serious with your work, but also putting in effort to the potentials of a new relationship that is making you smell the rose of life here, making you feel open and carefree and like, life is a great adventure. So there's good stuff there. And this may have to do with the new moon in your 12th house. This could be like a dream come true for you. But you may have to let go of some old baggage before you can get there. If it's with an earth sign person, it could be bringing up stuff to the surface that needs some clearing away. And the end of the month is the best time to do that. So again, just ask yourself, is there any fear, doubt, or resistance to something that wants to come in that is going to make you feel so peaceful, so joyous, like your cup runneth over? This is the universe handing that to you, Leo. And it's just your job to hold out your hand like this Ace of Coins and receive it. It's only fear, doubt, or resistance that's going to prevent it from coming to you. Double aces means something new. Aces are always new beginnings. I do see you here moving on from something that you've put a lot of TLC into, and this could be related to the Death card here. This is maybe what you need to let go of in order to become this Empress person. This is the person, it's depicted as a woman here, but it could be male or female, who is supremely satisfied. She receives things easily. This is actually what I'm really getting from this, is that you do need to walk away from this old story before you can receive something new. She's all about receiving, being abundant, having things come to her, feeling satisfied, feeling full. She's often depicted as fertile, and this can be a card of pregnancy, but it's the supreme feminine card. And I see you getting there, Leo. I see you becoming that. But you may also have to tangle with love offerings that are coming to you that you're not seeing. Someone could be handing a cup right straight out to you, and you're not seeing it because you're thinking about the old, how it was, how it is, how it's always going to be. What I'm seeing in this spread is that there's two images of the cup being handed to you, and cups represent emotions. They represent love. And somehow you may be missing it, Leo, because of old emotions that you need to release. Something, an old relationship potentially, an old story that you're having a hard time letting go. But the world wants to offer that to you, Leo. It is offering it to you. So it's just your job to receive it and to remove any old fears, doubts, or resistance to being open, which is the fool's message is be open, be carefree, be light. All things are possible. The full moon in your 7th house in relationships, in your relationship house, is a very good time to purge any old stories that you have in terms of emotions and relationships. It's a really good time to move on from something that wasn't serving you. And you can really become very abundant, very fruitful, very satisfied, very just feeling treasured, feeling cherished, feeling like you're sitting pretty, feeling like you're sitting on your throne and just receiving the wonderful gifts of life. You know, that's what both of these are about. Receiving the gifts that life has to offer, Leo. So it's really beautiful energy. And here with 2 of Cups, relationship energy in the middle of your spread. Beautiful reading. But you have to let go. You have to be willing to stand up for yourself. You have to be willing to go through struggle despite if other people are coming at you. You have to be willing to let go of your fears of releasing something from the past and lightening your burden so that this new thing can come in. But really nice energy here for you, Leo. That blood moon in your 7th house in partnerships is going to be a really deep, profound, and potentially very fruitful time for you to release old stories, old emotions, especially regarding relationships, so that this new cup of love can come in for you. So that's my reading for you, Leo, for July. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Leo. And if you'd like to, I am doing a Kickstarter for this old Hollywood tarot deck that I'm working on. These are some images of the artwork that I've been doing. This is the Fool card that I've been working on with Charlie Chaplin. And then this is an example of the Magician card. And I'll have a link below once the Kickstarter is up. If you want to get a copy of this deck and you want to do an early purchase of that, you can do that via the Kickstarter. And then here's another example of the High Priestess card. This is Lillian Gish. And I'm also doing a promo for the first week of July of $10 readings for a 3-card reading. I'm only going to do 25 of them. So the first 25 people to sign up for that will get that promo price of $10, and then it'll go back up to $15. And I'll have that up above. If you just click on the link in the top right-hand corner, they'll send you a link to book that. You can just click on that and send me your question, and then I will have your video up for you within 24 hours. So if you'd like to jump on one of those, feel free to do that as well. So that's my reading for you for July, Leo. Hope you have a wonderful, beautiful July, and I will speak with you soon. Yours in the stars.